Hi friends, welcome back. Okay, so I'm really excited to make this video because I am really passionate about understanding kids' behaviors. And for me, an important part of understanding a kid's behavior is understanding how they're processing their environments and the world around them. And a lot of that has to do with how they're processing the sensory environment around them. So, um, some of you may know that I worked with kids for the last 18 plus years, and some of those years have been working as behavioral therapist. And in that, we're studying things like sensory exposure and all of those things with kids who are on the autism spectrum disorder or who have SPD, um, which was awesome. But what I realized in that work was all of us, including myself, process our environments differently. We experience things differently than the person sitting next to us or, somebody in our family. For me, as a kid growing up, I was really shy. I know that's shocking, but I was super shy and slow to warm up. So if I went into a new space, it took me longer to adjust. I needed that. And it was because my brain was taking in so much more of the environment than maybe my sister, who would warm up really fast and make friends. I kind of was assessing things and feeling it out before I was able to move forward. As I've worked with these kids in all types of classrooms, in special needs classrooms or, general classrooms, um, all kids, all humans experience things differently when it comes to all things sensory. So I thought it was really important to focus an entire week on all things sensory because things in our environments are very different for them right now. And they're very different for us as they're grown-ups. You know, they're learning in a totally different way. They're at home, which home for most kids is their safe place. And it's the place where, behaviors are going to look very different than they would as if they were at school. But their expectations are their same expectations they would have at school. So it's confusing. Um, Also, a school environment is going to feel very different to a kid than a home environment when it comes to the sensory world. Noises and visuals and all those things can affect our kids who may be higher sensory. And again, just because your kid is higher sensory does not mean that they have, sensory processing disorder. It's just understanding how they are experiencing the world and how it will affect them. So I want to kind of break this down. I've done some research and then just really kind of put all of my thoughts into an organized way that I could share with you guys. And so I'm going to break this video up into a few different videos so that we can understand kind of what the sensory world looks like, how it affects your kiddos' behaviors, things that we can look at to recognize, like, okay, my kid may be needing a sensory break, or maybe we can have a sensory diet, which has nothing to do with food, but giving them those kind of things that will help alleviate that extra energy they may be feeling. There's different types of sensory personalities and understanding which one your kid may be, and then tools to help them kind of function through it and cope with it. The other really cool thing is this is not just for your kids, this is for you as well. Again, sensory environments affect all humans. For me, I have a really hard time when things are really loud or crowded because I am high sensory. And so there's things that I've had to learn how to do in order to cope with it. And also because I am running pods right now, it's harder for me to show up in those pods on those days where things may be louder or the kids are louder and crazy, which it will change the whole vibe between me and the kiddo. And if I can understand that about myself, it benefits both me and the kid and their whole learning experience. So for you, if you're having to show up for your kiddo, while having to be at work and you are a high sensory person and the environment's loud and crazy, maybe being able to use some of these coping strategies for yourself as well. Understanding these things help give our kids behavior purpose in our mind. It's really easy, and trust me, I experience it all the time, to get really annoyed if our kid is, jumping around and moving constantly, and we're just like, why can't you just be mellow? But it's purposeful. There's a reason behind it, and my goal is to help spread the awareness of what that may be. So I just wanted to give a little intro before I hop into these next videos and give you guys kind of more of a breakdown of why it's important during this time for us to understand why different sensory behaviors may be different right now, and how to show up for them and for ourselves, because it's important, right? Because we can't take care of our kiddos if we're not taking care of ourselves. So anyways, I'm really excited to share this information with you. As always, if you have questions or anything like that, please reach out to me. I would love to help you with this. I have a bunch of ideas and things that I've done that have worked for me. I'm also always open to receiving ideas and feedback, things that if you already know then have been on this journey with your kiddo, that maybe things that have worked amazing for you. I'd love to hear from you and then be able to share that with, other parents. But yeah, so I will see you guys in the next few videos, and if you have questions, let me know. And I'm so excited to share this information with you. I hope you guys are having a great week, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.